got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hoodle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes. What?
What?
I don't believe this.
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes. What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Coming through.
Strike! Rising Wyvern!
Crimson
Well, thank you.
Here I come!
Deity!
You're finished!
Your reflexes will also do well here.
Dragon Form! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Hurricane Radiant Light! Steering Flame! Reload!
No escape!
Leader!
Too fast!
Steering
Stand back.
This one is
I'll trip it up.
Try this!
Rising
Wyvern!
Doing!
Rising Falcon!
Hurricane!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Destruction! Here I come!
Take this!
Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more coming. Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Right, here goes! Here I come!
Armor won't save you!
Hurricane Strike! Going in! Here's the Evo! Air penalty! My Hurricane Strike!
Rising
Make it
Wyvern!
rain!
Blow them away!
Take this! Take this! You're finished!
In a bind.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Get behind me!
Soaring Light Spear!
Glacial Spear! Here's the Evo! Going in!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
Going in!
Rising Falcon! Destruction!
Only the best materials in your gauntlets.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined.
Gotta break through! Rising Wyvern!
Everlasting!
Rising Falcon!
Negative gate!
Lift up!
Take it. I shall provide assistance.
It's all mine!
This one's mine!
Finish!
Annihilation!
Here I come! Got fires!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Elusive deity!
Here I come! It's over!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Snaring to me.
Who said anything about letting off?
Piercing roar!
Destruction!
This one's mine! I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we want them!
Don't tip your hand, though.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Do it!
Elusive deity! In an instant! Impact block! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
What's this thing?
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies! Woo!
An opponent like this should be easy.
Not dreams!
I'll smash you!
Look sharp! This one's mine! Far enough! These ones
In a
can
bind,
run
shield.
through us! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more
I
to
think
go.
the enemy is getting desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't hit your hand, though.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart.
The heavens must be smiling.
I'll do my best.
Blue escape! Rising Wyvern!
Into the shadows!
Falcon! Destruction! Dragon Swarm!
It's a duel of the arts!
Blue escape! Rising Wyvern!
Pesky airborne
I think we
scoundrels.
can get through
Sounds like a
this.
job for
Don't
yours
let up until
truly!
it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Hurricane strike!
Blue escape!
Going in! Ready and ready! Magna Ray!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
Blow them away!
Over so soon?
I'll do my best.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Hurricane strike!
Now you see what I can do!
If it's in the sky, it's
Resist.
mine! I'm not so good with airborne charges. Here's evil! Do it!
Johalim!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Falcon! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Soaring Light Spear! You're finished! Rising Wyvern!
Hard up!
We'll soon see about that!
Barely a blip on our radar.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
You guys want to rest here?
I feel all bent out of shape.
I know what you mean. Hard to settle down after seeing all those ruins.
We fought hard to help liberate the people of Dana, but every realm we've been to along the way could have easily turned out like this.
When powerful forces collide, the destruction they leave gets that much worse.
So we've been lucky things haven't turned out worse up until now?
Regardless, I don't want to see this realm get messed up any more than it already is. We have to capture this lord ourselves, no matter what.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that, unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Hey, that actually came out pretty all right, don't you think?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the 2 of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I think I'll read my book a little more.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danon hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hoodle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hoodle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
We should really get some rest. Another day, another Gald.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
There. Guess I misread the landing.
No choice. I shall ensure you survive this.
Not in your dreams! Reload!
If it crawls up, time to get out of the way.
Dragon Ka! Rising Wyvern!
Radiant!
Its armor's so strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Annihilation!
Rising Wyvern!
Gemini Aqua!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good. I'll leave it to you.
I owe you one for that. Crescent
I can carve through armor. In a vine?
Hurricane Slice!
Resuscitation!
Taser! Get done!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Make it rain!
Rising
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry distraction.
Rising Wyvern!
There's still more to go!
Rising Falcon!
Unlock!
Hurricane Here goes! Lunar Corruption!
Rising Wyvern!
Radiant blow. Shattering
Attack time!
Regenerate.
Thanks.
Is that a healing art?
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Let's dispose of the trash!
Denied!
Now you see what I can do.
Dragon Form!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
I think we can get through this.
Don't
Sounds
let
like
up
a job
until
for
it's
you
over.
truly!
Who said anything about letting off?
Try harder! My turn! I'm ready! Come one, come all! You're finished!
Can't get out of this.
Rising Falcon!
I never miss!
Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Wields art
Here I come!
You'll see.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm all stuffed up!
Here I come!
Annihilation!
It's over! Soaring Light Spin!
Art Steel! Laser Sphere! Do it!
Rising Falcon!
All yours, Kisara.
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me! I can carve through! Negative death!
We're going in! Right here!
Leave the agile one.
Fire blade!
Dragon form!
Lion power!
Take this!
Make it rain!
Free shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry destruction!
There's still more to go!
Make it rain! Jubilee! In an instant! Impact block! Rising Wyvern! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Can't get out of this stand back! I'll trip it out!
Hear my call!
I'm ready! Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
What's this thing?
Armor won't save you! Negative death! Rising Falcon! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer!
Air Pressure! You're mine!
Primed and ready!
You got flyers!
I thought you were going to wreck them.
Let him march,
I'm not
Manhandle.
nearly finished yet!
Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Let's see what he's got.
Rising Wyvern!
Like moths to the flame.
Rising Falcon!
Here I
Rising
go!
Wyvern!
Rising Meteor!
Rising Falcon!
Take cover! Getting close up!
Eat this!
Mega Ray!
Rising
The airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you then!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Rising Falcon!
Charges that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Rising Wyvern!
No
Forward
more
up!
Perfect interplay of offense and
Remind me to
defense.
stand. I'll tear through anything in my way.
And I shall look forward to toasting our victory.
You're stronger than any Renan soldier I've ever met.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here goes!
Begin! You're mine! Try harder! This one's all mine! Take this!
I'll face you.
Rising Falcon!
Can you take it?
Do it!
Dragon Swarm!
Hey! Blow them away!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought. This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Danon ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
Denied! Take this! Can you take it?
Reload!
Destruction!
Their hide as thick as armor.
Rising Wyvern! Rising
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Now you see what I can do! Make it
Easily
rain!
be fatal.
Totally!
Just as well,
In an instant! Impact Block!
To achieve such harmony.
Take... It's a singular will.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shot.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You're mine!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
No further!
Rising Falcon!
No armor can stop me! Remind me to stay ready.
Frozen!
Hammer!
Not a chance! Damn it! Scoot back!
Stand back!
I'll stop you
Check it
now!
out.
Thanks, Kisara!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Tear! Rising Falcon!
Dance on the wind! I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Ha! Who said anything about letting off?
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Do it!
Totally!
Throbs
In an instant! Impact Claw! That's what I like to hear.
coming through!
You want me? Come get me!
Can't get out of this!
Rising Wyvern!
Far enough!
I can carve through armor! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
This one's mine! Do it!
The air.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Prepare to be sealed, or fleet. Actually, sound is more appropriate.
Let your little more do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! Destruction!
Can you take it? No further!
Annihilation!
Here I come!
Magna Ray!
It's over!
Confiscated!
Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
I'm in good form. I'll crush any enemy with my mace.
Awesome! We've got an avatar of destruction here!
Truly, she leaves naught but rubble in her wake.
Are you guys asking to be the next target?
I can feel my precision improving.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Rising Phoenix! Destruction!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
Back in their defenses!
Right behind you!
I'll show you how useful I can be! Far enough!
Rising Wyvern!
Hurricane
Dragon Form!
In a vine?
Rising
Sky
Wyvern!
is mine!
This one keeps...
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot!
Rising Wyvern! Rising
Here's
Falcon!
evil! Do it! Our next coming!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
I never had a doubt.